Hi viewers, welcome to our YouTube channel Lavanya Vlogs. So now I'm going to discuss about an interesting topic, that's how to answer. How to answer, tell me about yourself. So most of us all we get hesitated asking this question or getting information about this question. So how we have to answer this, and so let us see ఎలా ఆన్సర్ చేయాలి అనేది we'll just see. So how to answer this. So most probably in the interviewer will definitely ask you this question tell me about yourself. It might seems like an easy win off, but interviews questions, after all, you all know about yourself and good things too, because it's often the very first thing of interviewer will ask you to do, like whether you are having a phone screen speakers to your prospective boss or sitting down with the CEO during the final round. But responding to this invitation to talk about yourself in a content for a job interview can feel stressful and complicated. Actually, you might be thinking what to answer, like what do you want to know, should I give the top biopic of spin of my workplace drama completely, like with an ideal cast. Your interviewer doesn't need he doesn't need anything to know about very imagined way adaptation of your life, but you can and should prepare in advance. So you can use this common prompt to your advantage, setting the stage for successful interview. Why interviewers ask you this, like why tell me about yourself, why they ask such question. It's simple, with an interview question, the key to craft an impressive answer, understanding why people are asking in the first place. It lets them easy to interviewer says like leadership development coach, or often when the conversation starts, it's lot of small talk and it's a way to translate into, okay, especially for seasoned recruiters or hiring managers. The interviewers nervous, but the interviewers try to take their bearing, these questions make them to ask like direct point, to know about themselves, like depending on what you say, it's going to be helping them figure out the next questions. So in a very simple, if you try saying in a simple way, then it hits wrong intimation for the interviewer. So what you have to do, it might help, like you have to make a chain effect of following up questions, lending an easy flow. These hiring managers or helping recruiters accomplish one of their major goal is hiring process, to get knowing about you. If your answer is well, the interviewers will begin to find out why you are the best candidate for the jobs. In terms of hard skills or experiences as well as soft skills, it's a great opportunity to develop, to make demonstrate that make the communication clearly and effectively, connect and with the react to, with the other humans and present yourself professionally. Okay, a common variation of telling about yourself is we have plenty methods and times, when you hear this question, tell me about yourself, the interviewers might have their known version of prompt that are asking pretty much the same thing, including, okay, they have your resume in front of them, but they ask you like tell me about yourself. So walking through the resume, they would love to hear more about your journey. So that is the reason they ask you tell me a little bit more about your background. So though we have written all this in the resume or whatever the curriculum you have given, but still the interviewer wants to hear it from your side, like how you have started the journey. Okay, the simple formula for answering tell me about yourself is like your career coach, like how you form. The manager says they just want to know the graduation, if you are graduated student, professionally development, or if you are a media lab or writing for the news. So recommended simple and effective formula for structuring your response. So present, you have to tell about the present situation, talk a little bit about what your current role and scope of it, like what you're doing now and a little scope of it, and perhaps bring recent accomplishments also about it. If you are talking about the past, tell the interviewer how you have got there and mention previous experience that are relevant for the jobs, for the applying job and company you are applying for now, okay, whatever. And if you are saying about the future, you have to segregate, like you are looking to the next level, like why you are interested to great to fit in it, or to make your future how. So you have to tell all this present, past and future about your, when interviewers ask you, you have to mention all these things also. So this is not the only way to build your response, of course, and you can tweak it as if you can fit in it, okay. If there are any particular potential story about what brought you into this field, or for example, you might decide to start with the other past story and then you have into this what you are doing in the present. So whatever order you to pick, make sure you ultimately tie it to the job and company, okay. A good place to end it, to give a translation of this is why I'm here, so and so story. You want to absolutely certain your interviewer is left to the impression that it is makes sense that sitting here talking to me about this role. So this is like, and we have some tips to follow for 8 more tips, like I have little tips to tell about yourself, like how you have to. So you have got an interview coming up, okay, and it is probably going to start with some of like tell me about yourself, and else you want to need to a nail, okay. So let's answer like how. Remember, this is often your first impression. It's a matter, okay. It's a first impression, and it is very much matter for you. We really know how one chance to make a first impression. Like my opinion is the most hiring decisions are made in the first minute, okay. This is my decision, like many I have seen, like option is like first hiring decision is the first, okay, first minute they can identify you, which includes a greetings, handshake, okay, eye to eye contact, and the first thing says, which may very well be your response to tell me about yourself. So this is very much important, like you have to make eye to eye contact and shake a hand, like handshake is must. So this is where you can start your tell me about yourself, okay. So even if the powers that they aren't making an reversible determination shortly after the conversation begins, a first impression can color the rest of the interview. If you have to spend the rest of the time making up for the bad opinions, or you are in a very different position than if you are a confident and relevant answer right off the bat, okay. So be prepared for this question, and show interviewers you prepared it, okay. The confidence that comes across in this is really good place to start from, okay, where you can make eye to eye contact, and if you have a good shake and firm shake, and then that is how you can really start over. So tailoring your answer to the role and a company. So how to make it, like they really mean tell me about yourself is relevant to the position you are applying for and this company. I think they are giving you an opportunity to calculate, okay, why you are the right, why you have if you have, or why you have the right qualification. So take an advantage of opportunity. In order to do that, you will want to spend some time combining through the job description, okay. You have to describe your job, researching the company, or figuring out like how you can tell your story in a way that makes it crystal clear, okay, why you are interested and why you bring to the table that aligns with the role and company. You have to be very good in job description and researching the company, okay. So this is the best chance to very direct and share your objects, okay, where you can really share all your information to the interviewer, but your objects needs to be fulfill their goals, okay. You have to fulfill their goal. For example, I'm just saying an example. A client he worked with and was leaving a job, okay. If you think if he is leaving, where her team had developed a new antibacterial cream and got it for the clinical trials. The new job wants entitled working on an entry unrelated product. So the most thing for her to mention in this case was the prior to her current role. She would never had experience working on the antibacterial creams and was able to come in to figure out how to move the process forward just and she could do it in the new role. So when you are in the midst of the job looking for a particular type of job or role, you might have basic templates you can use for easy interviews, but make sure to twinkle it fit the company. It is an opportunity to show them right way that you can do it. Okay, they talk about culturals, weave that into the questions answers, or if the company or even the particular team emphasizes something else, seems if you can incorporate with them. In some cases including keywords could help even the clue that you are done your research and are good. Okay, or you are in a good fit. Okay, so this is how you can just go on. Generally that always resonate with me, that they really get the job. Okay, really get the role what they mean. So I get more engaged because I can see that it's going to be somewhere. And knowing the audience. Okay, this is also very important, knowing the audience. And if you are speaking to a recruiter who are impressed in the hard skills of team you would be joining, you might keep your answer more focused on the bigger picture, whereas when you speak to your prospective boss you might get a little bit more technical. Okay, if you're talking to C-level executive part as your final round, it's probably smart to touch how you can help achieve the overall mission of the company they run. Okay, so keep it very professional. Your whatever you are saying, it should be very professional. So as you know, by knowing the questions carries on a invisible things, as it is relevant to your role in company. So it's like you should be very, unless you know something very specific about the company that would lead you to the believing others otherwise. Okay, so keep it very professional and but speak with passion. You have to very keep your answer professional. However, you should stop your for shedding light or why you are passionate about your work or whatever this job, even if that broaches slightly more personal territory. Okay, so you don't have to go into the huge amount of details, but if your goal in the interview is to stand out more the particular applicant pool, and it should be memorable. Okay, so this is what about the speak with a passion. Okay, so and don't dramable. So if not it's not just an entertaining or engaging your interviewer, answer him properly, like your work, your if you're speaking with a meeting or with the co-workers or boss or client, it should be your answer should be ramble for 10 minutes, even time sometimes ask your or some point you can also go through. Okay, so this is what about. And practice, but stop short of memorizing. Okay, practice how to say your points to points, and just key main thing is to keep positive always. Okay, remember this, you have to be very positive to get interacted with them. So there is a time and place for everything. Okay, you don't have to claim it or all in this answer. You can just face them for the first, but make it sure that you get it for first impression should be professionally good, so that the other everything will be fine. Okay, so as you move further into the interview, things get more comfortable for you. So wait until you can get specific about why you are looking to change job, or why you have a gap on your resume. So whatever it is, when they, if you have a very good impression in the very first time, you can just cross it. Okay, this is all about your tell me about yourself. When you face an interview, have a smart view, follow the steps, follow the tips which I have given you. So this is what all about tell me about yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video.